What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Friday Vape Club. How are you guys doing? I hope you are having a wonderful day. So as always, your host Squidly back for another review for you, and today we have got this. This is the Ether. This is a collaboration between Suicide Mods and the Vaping Bogan. I'm not even going to do an impression because everyone, I'm assuming, has done an impression of the Bogan, and I wouldn't do that to Sam because I like him. He's a great guy. So this thing, the Ether, this is a single coil RTA, mouth to lung vaping, not from a pod. Wow. So it's a newie for me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive down, we're gonna take a real quick look around this thing, and then we'll do a generic build video. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a generic build video, so we're gonna chuck a build in here. I'll show you how I build it and how I wick it. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but I'll show you nonetheless. And then we'll do the regular stuff, you know, the stuff that we always do. I'm so off track and off topic now. I just got so excited by the generic build video. What do? We smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And don't forget to drop a comment down below as well. And there's some social media links there too for Instagram and stuff. Yeah, follow that too. Go over there and give a clickety-clack. That's it. Let's roll that intro. Okie dokie, this is a closer look at the Ether. So it is a single coil 24mm in diameter RTA, primarily made for mouth to lung. Up the top here, you do have a 510 Delrin drip tip. If you grab the top here and you do a quarter turn, you expose your fill ports. You got 4 fill ports there. Don't fill down the one in the middle, you fill around the sides here, but this will take up to 2 mils capacity of liquid. The other cool thing is you do have these little kind of locking notches which align to these tongue and groove on the top and on here, which gives it a really nice seal. Sometimes you got to fiddle around to kind of get it in the right spot. There we go. Down here you have your glass section. Now you can change this glass section if you like, and the packet does come with 3. So I've opted for the frosted glass section. Inside there you can see your middle section or your chimney section, and then down the bottom here you do have 1 AFC ring. So you've got a whole load of options that come with the Ether. You can have your 4, you can knock it down further, you can have 2, and then you can have 1. Look at that teeny tiny little hole. Look at that little guy. So then you can go from here, you can step it up to this one, and then you can go to 2 or 3 or to 4 fully open. On the deck you do have another little plug that will adjust the airflow as well, but we'll take a look at that. This is what it looks like underneath. Now, this is the only time I'll say usual underneath bottom of device bullshit, but that looks fucking cool. You can see all the little mishmash of patterns, little Vaping Bogan logo right there, Suicide Mods right there. Looks pretty bloody cool. You do have a gold-plated 510 pin. Looks pretty sturdy, pretty hybrid safe. But let's look at the deck. You can't hear anything. It is super buttery smooth. That's what she looks like under the hood. Pretty terrific. Look at that, nice and clean on the inside. And domed for her pleasure. And then this is the deck. So it's a single coil. Your coil legs go on either side. You've got some really massive screws. And the beautiful thing is you can attach the coil leg on either side, meaning you are not restricted to your coil orientation. There's your wick ports, a lot of room for wicking. This is the little center block, so that little section there can be removed, but I chucked that in there. It's a bit of an airflow restrictor. It comes in the packaging. I left it in there because that's how I like it. I have the airflow underneath fully open. I have this bit restricted, and it works well for me. Very nicely machined. So what we might do is let's take a look at the packaging and then we'll do a generic build video. Okay, this is the packaging that the Ether comes in. Whoa, look at that. Pretty fucking special, isn't it? That's all the info on the back. Have a pause. There you go. Oh, when you open it up, you do receive a user manual. You get a clear glass section. You get an Ultim glass section. You get a couple of other Delrin drip tips. This here is a chimney extension, so you can add another glass section, a bigger glass section to increase the capacity, and you get your standard bag of spares, O-rings, screws, yada yada. When I mentioned the extension to the chimney and I said that you can get glass sections, this is the spare glass section. So these, as you can see, are larger glass sections. Same thing, you get the frosted, the regular glass and the Ultim, but this way you can increase the capacity if you wanted to make it bigger, have more liquid capacity, so on and so forth. Really dig the boxes. Great packaging, love it, love the font, love everything about it. Pretty decent. All right, let's do a generic build video. All right, so there we had a quick look around the Ether. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it for a vape. So I have got, what is it? I got 10.5 watts on the dial, 10.5 wattos. It's sitting on top of the original gen because I still use the original gen. I like it that much, I still use it. It is still one of my favorite devices of all time. 10.5 on the dial, as I said. The airflow is fully wide open, but I do have the little air pluggy thing in there. So yeah, let's do it. Oh yeah, that's some good liquid. This is what's on the inside. This is my preferred mouth to lung liquid that I use. So love the salty goodness on the lips. It's Nick Salt's Blue Raspberry, delicious. There you go, it vapes. All right, so let's talk about the pros and cons, shall we?
Pros,
So the pros for this thing, first of all, just look at it. Look at it. It is absolutely gorgeous. So it's very clean, it's very simple, it's very well built, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. It has got a beautiful shape to it. Absolutely sensational shape. I love the look of this thing. Starting at the top, you get a Delrin drip tip. It is what it is. The top fill system, quarter turn and buttery smooth, and that opens up. That is just absolutely sensational. You do get a whole load of different glasses with this. So you get the dark glasses I've got here. There's just a regular normal glass, and then you get an Ultim section as well. So you get 3 different glasses to match to whatever you want to suit. So it's kind of cool. You get to choose, pick and choose whatever you want. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. The build deck, super easy to build on. Love the way it's been designed. So any orientation of your coil legs, it doesn't really matter. You'll be able to fit it in with the coil placing the right way. Sometimes when you have to alter the legs, if the single coil posts only have, posts on one side of the deck, sometimes you have to flip the coil over, and it's not desirable to do it that way. You really want the coil legs coming up and then the coil on top of that, like a little bit of a snail. That's how you want your coils to sit, and it allows you to do that in here. So that's another win, another pro. Really easy to wick, just so easy, so user-friendly. The other thing with the airflow, this airflow, that airflow sound is sensational. And the other cool thing about this is you can really tailor the airflow down. So the reason I didn't do flavor cloud production and airflow is because the way that I've got this airflow may not be the airflow that you want or that you desire. So I thought I'd leave it up to you guys, because you have the ability to put the plug in and out inside the deck and then play around with the airflow. You can really hone it into your preferred mouth to lung style. I found, for me, and this is just me, that with the plug inside and the airflow fully open on the bottom, because it didn't really matter because I'm restricting the airflow in here, but that was the perfect vape for me. I found it resembled almost close to my Coco. It's that same or that level of draw. So yeah, I really like that. So if you do like mouth to lung and you want to try something, you can just play around with this and really nail your desired draw. So that's a real massive pro. That's kind of it. It's just a really well put together mouth to lung tank. I'm not a big fan of mouth to lung tanks, but from using this, I think I might have changed my opinion, might have changed my tune a little bit. It's definitely not as convenient as a pod, but this thing will last you, and really you're not having to pay for pods, just having to replace coils and cotton, and that's kind of it. Like if you use a really nice handmade mouth to lung coil, it should last you 6 months. So, invest in that. All right, so let's talk about the cons. Look, there's not really any cons for this, and I keep saying that because I can't pick anything that really shat me. The only thing I will say is that the little insert that goes into the deck, the airflow restrictor, can be quite fiddly and a little bit of a pain in the ass to get in. I found putting it in the spot and getting my tweezers, putting it down the center and clicking, you should feel it kind of click in. That was the only way, but it took me a little bit of time to get it there. It's a little bit finicky and fiddly. And that was the only thing that really bothered me about this. Apart from that, there was nothing. Like, I enjoyed vaping it. I enjoyed using it. I've been using the shit out of it. So, yeah. All right, now the cons, well, that's the con out of the way. Let's talk about the price, shall we? Price. What is the Ether RTA? You're gonna set you back. A little bit of Google through around the internet, and I found it on sale in the States for $60 and for $90 here in Australia. Now I know what you're saying. $90 is a little bit excessive for a single coil mouth to lung RTA. And yes, I would say that that is kind of excessive. However, that does come with a massive asterisk next to it and a big however. If you are into mouth to lung and you buy one of these, you will not have to invest in anything else. It is a very, very well crafted RTA. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and there's nothing more to it. If you do like your mouth to lung vaping, you do love your RTAs, invest in it. because you will not be disappointed. I guarantee you. It's just a great little RTA. So if I had to give this thing a rating out of best device ever, worst device ever, nothing in between, just best or worst, it's going in the best category. I had your food, didn't I? I had your food. Look, it is a really, really, really good mouth to lung RTA. Sensational build, sensational quality, easy to install your coils. I've said it all before, you've heard it just in this video. Do yourself a favor, go and pick one up. That's all I've got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoy it. Like always, please like, please share, please subscribe. And remember YouTube, keep it cloudy.
A Gotta Slut production.